5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It literally, you guys, really did feel like morning. Let me tell you guys why, okay?
Adam, what does this mean, Adam?
What are we drinking, Adam?
Why are these bottles as big as my face?
Bigger than our face, Adam. You are crazy. You are a crazy man.
You had my wife thinking I had a stalker sending me drinks.
I'm like, one day we get a package, a huge, heavy package, and I'm like, what is this package? He's like, what did you order? I said, I've been, because I ordered a few things for the church, and I didn't bother opening the box because I have to take it to the church. But then I said, David Rocha, and I'm like, wait, what is this? My package isn't even here yet. And then I'm like, why is there a box of drinks here? And it was heavy. And I'm like, who's sending you drinks?
It was a whole 2 cases of Bangs, the energy drinks.
So I'm like, okay. And then the next day or two.
Next day,
another big box
2.
comes. Well, first it was 1. The guy brings it.
He brought both.
Well, wait. Let me finish telling my story. Don't mess with my story. So anyways, he's like, here's 1 box. And I'm like, okay, that's this, a little thing, a little cabinet thing that I got for the church for these little things that I'm doing. And I was like, it's heavy. No. And then he brings another box. And he's like, well, this one's really heavy. And I'm like, okay. So we bring it in. And there are 2 cases of this. Adam.
This ain't the regular. This is like insane.
And so I end up coming inside, and my box for my little cabinet thing happens to be this big, like real tiny. And I looked at David and I said, this is the cabinet that I bought. It was like a little cabinet thing that was made for like miniature dolls, I think, or something. I was thinking it was going to be big.
Yeah.
It was almost like a joke on me.
Oh, that was that little thing?
Yes.
Oh.
I was expecting it to be like this big, and it ended up being this big.
So I think...
And I thought somebody was like, who is sending you drinks? What's going on?
I was like, somebody wants us hydrated. And I'm like, man, I can't drink nothing on these lives, because then people... What I was surprised that I didn't get Loca Mochas.
Oh my God. Anyways.
That's not a hint. I'm just...
But anyhow.
It's weird.
So today, we get home from church. Guys, today was our first day of really, just David preaching a full sermon.
Last week, we just kind of went as congregation.
Yeah. David's full day of preaching sermon. It was a full day like our normal Sundays, guys. It was back to being normal. And then me doing, the full worship and everything. And then yesterday we did do, we had a small wedding ceremony for one of our family, weddings. And you did their wedding ceremony yesterday, but we just did the ceremony. We didn't go anywhere else.
Yeah.
That's all we did. You officiated that, and we helped in that. And then we came home. Because we didn't want to be tired. We didn't go to the reception or anything. We just came home. We had to get things ready for our 10th anniversary, which were the little gifts, and just get things ready for today, guys. It was such a blessing, guys.
Today's 10-year celebration was everything I had asked the Lord for.
Yeah.
You guys know, those of you that watch the devotionals, I said, we needed this. The attendance had dwindled down. We weren't there. You were in the hospital. The whole COVID, the cloudiness I had. And I remember I told you guys, I'm like, man, I need this. If we've ever encouraged you anything, please come or please view. I want to hit 100+. And you guys did it, man. And that, you guys know, that's how... Today was a way of you saying that you love us back. You're like on the edge of this thing.
Why? Sorry. Sorry.
This is what you're doing. Look.
I feel like I have a big neck, you guys.
Look.
My neck feels swollen.
Look, this is what
Babe, stop it.
So today, we hear you loud and clear that you love us too.
We love you guys.
You know, and guys, I wish I had a photo from the front row to the back, and then there's
To the entrance, pretty
to the
much.
double doors to the lobby had to be open, and more chairs into the lobby.
All the way to the entrance, babe. You didn't see it.
Yeah, I did. I was
Okay.
all the way to the front door. It was insane. I had never seen that place so full.
We didn't even have time to get the benches out of the
back.
The back, because we have a shed in the back where we have some extra benches for overflow. And Abraham was a quick thinker, and he's all, let's just get the benches out. But there wasn't even time. People just kept coming, and I was trying to make space in the front. And I remember I just said, you know what, this is a house. What do you do when you got a house? You just make it work, And I just told the guys, you know what, grab the couches.
Yeah.
Push the tables to the side. We did. We pushed all the tables in the lobby to the side, to the cafe area, guys. And we grabbed the couches. We turned couches around. We grabbed another pew that we have in the lobby next to the cross wall. We turned that around. We brought out every fold-up chair that we can find in the children's. We didn't even have children's class today, guys, because we just had everybody in. And we just had church all the way. And I told David, crank up that volume. And we just had church. And it was just beautiful. It was beautiful, beautiful. We had a huge cake that they had picked up. And it was just awesome.
It was a beautiful demonstration of
the video.
Of people's love for us. Yeah, the video collage, that was amazing. Even though I put it together and it was different hearing it with music and seeing picture after picture, event after event, recycling and
Did they
camping.
get to see exactly what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cycling and camping and church services and movie nights and
paintball, everything that we do together as a family.
It's been an amazing 10 years, guys. We're no longer a fly-by-night church. We're official. 10 years, man. That's a huge landmark. I don't know if you guys know this, but statistically, they tell you when you open a church that the first 2 or 3 years are the hardest. If you're going to fall apart, it's going to be highly likely the 2 or 3 years. If you can get past 3 years, it gets easier, but there's always going to be growing pains. There's always going to be that, but so to make 5 years at first, you're kind of like, okay, but maybe it's a fluke. But 10 years, that's a beautiful thing that I think that the Lord has been very gracious to us, because not one person steps into that building unless it's led by God.
Amen.
Because he loves people so much, he's very careful in who he sends his loved ones to.
Amen.
And so it's an encouragement that everyone came. But it's more of encouragement that the Lord allowed people to come.
Amen.
Because that means the Lord is pleased with us. And ultimately, guys, that's our goal, is to please him. To please Jesus, to please him. I want him to smile down at us. I want him to, when he thinks of us, for him to just feel love, and that's all I want. That's all I want, is to please the King.
Amen.
He's worthy of it. He's deserving of it. I mean, we wouldn't have life without him, guys. You wouldn't have the children that you hug and love at night. You wouldn't have them without him. The job that you have, the spouse you have, the mother you have, the sister, the father that you take care of. That even though they go to the hospital and get sick, God always makes a way and brings them home. I mean, I just felt so humbled and just so grateful just to be there today. It was just so. Yeah. Did anyone take pictures?
I maybe took a few of.
I know Johnny usually does, but I didn't see him taking pictures. Johnny, the one time we need
The one time we want pictures, Johnny. What's going on?
Unless he did, I don't know. But
Gosh.
I had an old homeboy from Tracy. I invited him. He'd gone through a rough time. 2 years ago he lost his wife, and then last year his dad, or a few months, not even a year. He lost his dad to COVID. His dad was an amazing father to him, and his dad used to come to the church with him, and I just, on a fluke, I was like, man, I'm going to send this flyer for a 10-year celebration, and he showed up.
And he showed up?
Now, that made me really happy to see somebody that knew me before Christ, really knew me, and this is one of the only friends that actually sent me books and visited me. You know what they say, when you get locked up, you find out who your homeboys really are, and this one stuck by me, and so he means a lot to me, so for him to show up, that was awesome. And you got to know him.
And I didn't really know that he even watched some of our devotionals and stuff like that. I was like, whoa, you watch our stuff? That's pretty cool. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But guys, I know that that it's only through God's strength. And it's only by him. It's only with him that we can be up there, able to share, and it's only through him.
Hiccups?
Yeah, I got hiccups again. How'd you know? Because I'll tell you that the moment I got home, we went home and we went to go take Abraham to go eat for his birthday.
Because we'll be in Phoenix next week.
Yeah.
On his birthday, we'll be in Phoenix.
Yeah, we'll be in Phoenix, and we took him to go eat for his birthday. I was already feeling my chest tightening up, and I came to lay down, and you guys, I woke up and it was already 9:00 at night. We were tired, guys. I know you were feeling tired too.
Yeah, it's weird because I'm good COVID wise, but except that I get tired.
Yeah.
Before I could, you guys already know we're nonstop, but just going to service and going to eat after zapped me.
Yeah.
And you too. So we came home, crashed out.
Yeah, I took an inhaler. I tried to clear out my lungs a little bit and stuff, and I couldn't. I think you found me already pretty much sleeping when you found me. I was just out, and
I wasn't gonna sleep. And I even told you, I'm like, I wanted to lay down, so I'm like, hey, can I watch some TV? And you're like, yeah. But then I didn't want to disturb her, so I just went ahead and I was watching YouTube on my phone with my headphones to not disturb you, and I ended up crashing out.
And we woke up to a little knock on our door, and I look out, and it's his son, and Bobo showed up, and I'm like, gave him a big hug, and
yeah, my second son came, and guys, this is the son that lived with me for about 2.5 years, and all my kids are special to me, you know what I mean? But I raised him when I got out of prison at a time when I really couldn't see my children, and I raised him for 2.5 years, and hardly see him, and he's always working. He's nearby, but he's always working at Costco, which I'm proud of. He's always busy working. He goes to the gym and works in gym.
It's a good kid, yeah.
Yeah, and so for him to show up is always a blessing, and he just chills with us for 2 hours, you know?
He had some leftovers with us, and we were just so excited to have him somewhere. I'm like, oh my God, let's wake up, let's talk. And we just sat here and we talked for a good hour and a half, and it was just such an amazing moment. But guys, today has just been beautiful. It has just been a wonderful day. Tired or not tired.
It was everything we wanted.
David talked about it today. You said it earlier in yesterday's sermon for you guys, if you watched it.
It's Sunday night for us. It's Monday morning for you guys.
He said that, God gives us the desires of our hearts, and that was our desire. I was telling one of the young ladies, that that for us, one of our desires has always been that we always wanted to be able to see the church functioning at a point where there was things going on and we didn't have to be there, where there would be Bible studies and people laughing and enjoying the church, and we didn't have to be there because the church it belongs to the church. Belongs to the people, and
the church building. And
the church building just belongs to the people, and people can be there enjoying it, and we didn't have to be the ones opening and closing, and always just, that it just belonged to to the church. And it's beautiful because there's times where we can see that people are enjoying the moments. They're going to Bible study. There's there's functions taking place. There's youth. There's Bible study this night. There's Bible study. There's meetings taking place. And we look at each other and there's people laughing. They're fellowshipping. They're doing things. And me and David look at each other and we're all like, we sigh because we're just like, wow, look at what God's doing.
It's like watching your kids grow up.
It is. It really is, guys, because now we're seeing relationships and fellowships and families growing together, people meeting, and we're just like, look at them. People that we would have never thought they'd come together to talk are building these beautiful, these beautiful relationships, and just things that are flourishing, families coming together, growing, and we're just seeing it all unfold.
Yeah, like in years past, the church was open if we were at the church. So pretty much we're paying rent for 30 days every month, but yet only Wednesday for 2 hours and then Sunday morning, and that's it, never utilized. And now our cameras are going off. There's people there, they're studying, they're fellowshipping, they're doing this. It's a good feeling.
It's such a beautiful feeling.
Because we're going to pay the same rent regardless.
Yeah.
And it's I know a lot of times people are nowadays are against church buildings. But you can't replace it, guys, because if you have a house church, what are you going to do?
Your house going to be open all the time?
Yeah, and it's like to have a place of worship, a place of teaching. We're going to start opening up for more teachings for, like I told you, I know some of you got at me about Bible courses and college courses, and we want to open this thing up. And really, I'm not joking about building generals. Amen. And it's going to start the fact that we have a place of worship, And, man, we're just happy. I'm probably talking over each other, but we're really excited how it turned out.
There was just so much excitement, guys.
I yelled out Super Cat. I told you I would do it. In the middle of a full packed building with probably 30% people, it was their first time there. And I randomly yell out Super Cat.
They probably thought you were nuts.
I did it for you guys, man. That was funny. I can't wait to go back because have you noticed the live chat doesn't show up until the next day? So like I can't really watch it. I'm gonna rewatch.
I want to see all the comments.
I want to rewatch the sermon tomorrow when the live chat shows up, so I can read the comments in real time as we watch the sermon.
That is so cool.
And it was cool, man. I'm really excited. It felt so good preaching. It felt good preaching. Guys, that's what the Lord made me for.
It felt so good worshiping. I couldn't even, guys, my hands were shaking. I couldn't even hold a microphone. Yeah. I was like, it's so beautiful when you can just humble yourself, though, and you just, because you just like, Lord, I'm not worthy, but He finds us so, He loves you so much that He says, but daughter, you are, but son, you are, Come sing your praise unto me. Come speak your words. And He just loves us that much, that He says, but you are to me. That's what you are to me. And, and that's the way we should always come to Him. We should always come to Him so humbled, never with pride and never with, thinking that we belong up there. No, we come humbled and broken and say, Lord, but I do this unto you. And that's how I felt. I was just so blessed, you guys, just to be there.
It was awesome. My brother Angel came with my parents. I'm sure that made my mom and dad happy. It made me happy. You guys know he was a huge part of House of Rest. Yeah. And just for him to see.
I'm glad that I wanted him to see them in the pictures too, because he did so much to help. For
him to see what this is becoming, because he started his house church. When was that? Over a year ago. Before COVID.
Yeah, it was a little bit before COVID, and he stopped, and then he started again, right?
We were still in the other building.
Yeah.
He didn't really, he wasn't a pastor in this building. Mm-mm. That, and guys, I'm going to say it now, even though not everybody's watching. I was there at service, but I did forget a huge name I forgot to acknowledge when I started acknowledging all the staff, was Gloria. Gloria is my first cousin, but she's the one that does the Spanish Bible study, and she is a firecracker, guys.
Whew. Yes.
She's a firecracker. I'm not lying, in the way she speaks, in the way she prays. And I felt so bad that I didn't acknowledge her. I text her right away, and I'm like, Gloria, I am so sorry that I didn't mention you. So, and then, you know, next Sunday I'm going to be gone. We're going to be in Phoenix. So I'm just like, man.
She's going to be our Spanish pastor.
Yeah.
I tell her that all the time.
Yeah. And then also I wanted to acknowledge Jesse and Rachel.
Yes.
These are the ushers, and well,
he oversees our ushers.
He oversees our usher, and her by default, because she's his wife, you know, comes alongside him. He is the very silent guy that makes things happen.
He is.
You know, he is a.
Well, he's by nature. He was a Marine, right?
Yeah. Well, they don't say was. Once a Marine, always a Marine.
Always a Marine. Okay,
so he's a Marine. So he comes with that certain authority, you know. And I forgot to mention them too. Both of them, man, and they are both. They're generals in the making. They don't even realize it.
Yeah.
You know, and those are the three people that I didn't get to acknowledge. Even some of you guys I should have acknowledged. I should have acknowledged Adam for finally starting your YouTube channel. You know, because I mentioned Anthony.
Yeah.
You know, brother Felix. You know,
Johnny coming alongside with them, all of them, all three of them. I know that they're all just wanting to, you know.
Johnny Alcala, I know he has a lot of plans. When he first got out of prison, we actually started a YouTube channel. You guys are gonna start looking for it now, huh? It was called Paracletos Chat, and this was before Zoom. I think we did it on Google Plus or something.
I thought that's what they were gonna name this whole thing. Was this?
I know Johnny wants to continue because it had subscribers already. I think that's why he didn't want to start nothing new.
Yeah, I thought that's what they were gonna. I thought that's what they were gonna do. Yeah, I thought that Kingdom Connection already belonged to something else.
No, I don't know what you're talking about with that, but yeah, but Johnny Alcala, the Muppet, I know he wants to go forward and continue that channel, you know. And we had built up some good subscribers. It was called Paracletos Chat. You probably look for it, you know, and it was just me and him talking about different topics.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah, you never looked it up? Mm-mm. Really? Uh-huh. We were just talking. I'd be interested in looking back and seeing our perspective.
Is it even up still?
Yeah.
All right, you keep talking.
To seeing our perspective, being fresh out of prison, you know, and it'd be interesting. So, yeah, there it is, right there in the top. No, literally it said Paracletos Chat, right when you did it, but then you kept typing.
Okay, keep talking.
Parakletos Chat.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Wow, with David and Johnny. Look at that.
How many subscribers does it have?
159 subscribers.
Show them how it looks.
All right, let me show it to you guys. Let me put down the...
Yeah, so I know he wants to revamp that. And the whole thing was conversations.
Look at that, guys. Paracletos Chat.
It's so blurry. Hold on. There it is. That's a picture of me and Johnny.
Wow.
I can't see it.
Maybe blurry. That should be revamped and they should all three be on this here. It's already there, guys.
Yeah, so we used to do that every day. He lived in Southern California. He was fresh out. He was on federal probation. I was on federal probation. So this is how we would fellowship. You know, I missed his fellowship. He missed mine. I got out of prison. So we would just talk every day and record it and upload it to YouTube.
Oh, you got good stuff on there already.
Yeah, there's some subjects we talked about.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, today's video was about thanking you guys of making 10 years happen. It couldn't have happened without you guys.
Yes.
You know, and it's just a beautiful thing. Oh, Sister Janiyah. She came. If you guys see her in the comments, she drove all the way from the Central Coast, hours, got a hotel just to come to Sunday service. Thank you, sister. You know, thank you so much because that means a lot.
Thank you for sitting with me.
That means so much. when our loved ones from YouTube actually come and visit. You know, you're not the first and you're not the last. You know, we've had Sister Sheila come all the way from Ohio.
Yeah.
You know,
Michelle and Tony that came
Michelle
from
and Tony
Arizona.
from Phoenix. We've had Phyllis from Sacramento. Who else? Oh, Beth and her husband, all the way from Orange County toward Disneyland. That's hours. That's like 6 hours.
Laura was there today with the kids.
Laura
from Fresno.
That's a 3.5 hour drive. You know, I mean, I never imagined we would reach further than Modesto. You know, but when people come, Janiyah, like you coming, that humbles us.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many churches are in your city?
Yeah.
And you choose to come with us. That means something. And, you know, we were hoping to break bread with you, but I understand it was a long drive. But there will be other times. And like I told Sharon, we've been talking about going that way because we're always going somewhere. We take a weekend somewhere or wherever. We go to LA, we go to the mountains, we go to the Bay. We've hardly ever gone to the Central Coast. I went one time a few months ago to pick up a printer, and we're like, this is beautiful. Like, we went to Paso Robles and
to pick it up, yeah,
and we're like, we got to come back. You know, so thank you so much, sister, for coming. That means a lot.
Yeah,
you know, to take your time and your money to stay at a hotel just to come to a service.
It was beautiful. I loved meeting you, and I can't wait to just spend some more time with you. And it's just nice to always put a face to. I'm not even going to say the voice because it wasn't even the voice.
Because the profile pictures are like real little circles, little tiny circles.
So it's always nice just to put a face to the person that's typing on the other end. I know you guys get to see us often because everybody's like, well, I see you every day, but we don't get to see you guys. So it's really, really nice to get to see you. There was a lot of new couples as well that we got to meet, a lot of new people that we got to meet today. And I wish I could have really had more time to meet, but there was just so many people that came in today, and such a blessing. I was able to give my number out to a few people.
Amen.
But I really, really, truly, absolutely loved getting to know the new people that were there and just being back home, guys. I think that's just beautiful. Just being back where the Lord wants us to be. I think this whole month and a half of us going through this, it wasn't just us.
Yeah.
We all went through this together.
I realized that we were talking to Sister Melody a little while ago, and she's just like, we all went through it with you guys, with you being in the hospital and then both of you getting COVID.
She's like, we went through this
the
together.
The whole church went through it.
Yeah, we went through this together because when the body hurts, when one part of the body, the moment somebody stubs their pinky, the whole body's going to react, guys.
Yeah.
You know, and we went through this together. You know, today I realized, you know, somebody, you know, was, you know, she was crying when she seen me up there, and she's like, you don't understand, you know, how much it affected me just to know what you were going through. And you know, and it does affect us, you know. And then another sister told me, just watching the video of how long she realized that she's been there with us, you know, and seeing herself in a lot of those pictures and everything, it just made her like realize, like, this is my family. Yeah. And how much it affected her this whole month, you know. And she just, you know, to her, she just like, it brought tears to me because she goes, I cried throughout the whole video because like, this is my family, and I couldn't bear seeing things happening to my family.
And then there was a few pictures of Ricardo.
Yeah. And it just,
you know,
like,
and you guys know Brother Ricardo, who we lost because of COVID. That was a huge hit, you know, and to have him in the photos, you know, it was, you know, like there's people that haven't been in a while. To see Alfonso again and his beautiful family and his mother, you know, his mother. And Alfonso's mom and dad had been in ministry for decades. And for her to come give a word of encouragement to me personally after, and you know, to see Sister Lisa, you know, sister, you bless us. Just your presence, you know, we've missed you, you know, and we never wanted to be pushy and be like, why are you not coming to church or nothing? I knew you would come in God's time, but I'll be honest with you, it was
miss your face.
It was so good to see you, you know. Yeah. So many times I don't think you guys realize how much of an impact you make when you're not there. And I'm not saying just to get there to hear me preach. I mean, you're our friends. We want to see your face. We want to do life with you. You know, to see Gabe and Patty, we hardly see them, and I just get overjoyed every time I see them. Their faces, their faces are just, I don't know. I just they have a special place in our heart. You know, so many people. You know, brother Alex, guys, the Alex you see all the time. You know, for him to play hooky from work to come, let's not say nothing. You know, but this brother, man, he's a brother that I never had. You know, and it means that him and his wife, even though his wife's always working, we need to find her a Monday through Friday job.
Let's keep that in prayer, Cindy.
You know, but brother Alex, you're such a blessing to us. You're a blessing to me. Just your friendship, your realness. I know you're real. You know, and I need that. I need that. You know, and the bigger the church grows, the more I need that. You know, and not only do you attend, but you get there an hour early just to see what needs to be done. And you always do that. And it's never even been asked of you, but you just do it, you know. And I just thank you, you know. You're amazing mom, you know. Your mom that's always watching, and I know she's going through her sickness. And man, the Lord bless her. The Lord take away the pain. The Lord give her strength in Jesus' name, you know. So many people, man.
God, yeah, there's just, you know, it is so much, guys. And I think it's a beautiful thing because there's so much more to it. You know, when you begin to see your children grow in an environment and you see them go through life in a family like that, they tend to grow. You grow up seeing them go through parts of their life, and they become part of like this of this family that later on you see them go through their graduations, you see them go through their first girlfriend, you see them go through their first courtship, and then you see them get married and you see them have children. Those are beautiful moments, you know, and that's something that I've been very fortunate. I tell David that, you know, from my other church family in Southern California, that is one thing that I have been very fortunate to be able to witness. Some of the young kids that I used to change their diapers, I now see them that they have grown up in the church together, and I'm now witnessing them getting married. I'm seeing them become pastors, and I'm seeing them have their own children. And these are kids that used to lay under the pews with my kids, that used to lay their little heads there, and now they're worshiping together. Now they're ministering together now because they had that family, that fellowship, and they grew up together. And I think that's such a beautiful thing because that's where my kids used to be there with them, you know? Yeah. And when you give your child that atmosphere and you give them Jesus, that's what they're going to grow around. They're going to grow up around that. And that's why when I say this and I emphasize it so much, guys, be still. Stand still. This is why it's so important to not jump from place to place to place to place, because you have so much inconsistency. Yeah. This is why it's so important to root yourself somewhere. Yeah. Because every single time you uproot, you think that you're uprooting yourself, but you're uprooting your children. You're uprooting those roots. Everything you're taking your children, you're dragging your children, everybody, your whole family along with you, and it becomes tiring. Yeah. And I say that because I saw that in my children at one point, that I almost did that to them. And I'm glad that I didn't for a very long time. But I'm glad that I kept my kids rooted at the church that I did for a very long time. And then the only other church that my son knows now is this one. 2 places. I'm glad that I didn't make that choice, because I think that they would have really have felt, you know, that they wouldn't have, that inconsistency wouldn't have been good. So it's a good thing, you know. It's beautiful because that's when they get that family, what do you call it? Camaraderie. Yeah.
You know, like there's people that work, and then there's people that go to job agencies that
the temps.
The temp jobs where both jobs you're going to get a check. Both jobs you're going to be productive every day. But unfortunately, because you're a temp and you're going place to place,
You don't get the benefits.
you don't get the benefits. You don't get to have friendship or co-workers or nothing. And unfortunately, some people treat church that way. They're like, what does it matter? As long as I go somewhere on Sunday, as long as I go somewhere. And you never build roots. And you end up, what happens is you're around a lot of people, but you're going through this Christian walk by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, and that's I think, kind of what you're saying too, is that stick around and build roots. And, you know, so many people come to church for one reason, but it should be for a few reasons. And one is family. That's why our main thing that we say is, before we are a church, we are a family. I actually had a pastor disagree with me. He actually made a whole sermon, he made a whole sermon about my saying on that it's wrong.
Wow.
You know, and here's the problem is, I'm like, you never understood family. You don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, because I come from a place of, for instance, I have stepkids now because of Sharon. And I can't be authoritative and disciplinary without love. You can't do it. You know, nobody should ever be able to step in. You don't have the right to discipline until they know you love them first.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with the church. And that's what people don't get. If all you're doing is traveling church to church and bouncing around, if you hear the pastor give a rebuke, you get offended by it. But the people that are there, the people that know the pastor, the people that understand his heart, they don't take it like that. They take it like he's saying that because he loves us. And that's the benefit you don't get if all you do is bounce around.
Well, I think it's like the passage you were sharing for the 10th anniversary, you know, because he was rebuking because he loved.
That's what he says. He goes, those I chasten, it's because I love them.
It's because I love them. It's because I love you. And, you know,
half face. Yeah.
I think, you know, he does what he does because he loves us.
Yeah.
You know, and if we are to be Christ-like, then we are to do the same. You know, we shouldn't be any different, guys. Yeah. We should be able to reflect the exact same thing and mirror what it is that Jesus does.
Amen. I think we're going to end it there. I just realized it's already 37 minutes, but I wanted to point out the cross Derek gave us.
Oh, yeah. It stands out.
Yeah.
Look at my flowers right under it. The guys that from the gospel mission still brought me. Guys, look at theirs, still look real pretty and alive. Yeah,
so there's a cross. It's crazy because that's a wooden cross, custom painted like a lowrider. And a few months ago, we got the blue one that was custom painted by a brother that made that.
And then I got to make more space because I couldn't fit the other ones. So.
Yeah. Oh, you couldn't?
No.
You didn't put the bear back?
Yeah, I put the bear back. I put that one... I don't know.
Oh, it's right above me.
Yeah, it's right above you, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Veronica Vega made that for me. She painted she put flowers and everything on there for me.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So God bless you. Thank you so much. Now that we got past the 10-year, now we're looking forward to Sunday. We're going to go live. I'll be preaching at the Phoenix house church. And I'm taking my equipment, and we're going to go. That's going to be live on Sunday morning with us in Phoenix, California. If you are in the Phoenix area, or even if you're not, make sure this is the last week you can get a hold of us. Find out where it's going to be at. I'm making a new flyer. I just got permission to make a new flyer with the address.
Awesome.
And the phone number. So it's going to be a lot easier. There's a specific hotel where we're sending everybody to that are traveling so we can all be together because we're going to get together.
On Saturday, right?
Yeah, on Saturday the 22nd. For burgers.
Barbecue
burgers.
Woo-hoo.
So we're going to all meet that Saturday and the 22nd, those of you that can. And the 23rd, Sunday morning, is when we're preaching right there at the Phoenix House of Rest.
Amen.
House Church.
Amen. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited to see everybody. We love you guys so much, guys. You know, I really, really, just as David said, we really needed this day. You know, sometimes we all need a little reminder of just, you know, we need that little reminder. And thank you for telling us how much you guys loved us.
You guys made it happen.
Yeah, you guys really did. And please know that we love you guys so much. And, just always keep each other encouraged and in prayer. And let's keep moving forward, guys.
Amen.
Be those generals that the Lord has called us to be. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Bye.
Bye, guys.